Alright, welcome back. This is Apostolic Praise 102, Lesson 4. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at augmented fifths and suspended fourths in the key of G, as well as the major pentatonic magical scale in the key of G as well. The first thing we'll go over, of course, is the new chords in the key of G. We already know how to make a G augmented fifth. We've already learned that one, so we're just going to skip to the D augmented fifth. Basically, just take a D major chord, sharp the fifth, then you have a D, F sharp, and a D with a B flat at the end. Okay, and you can play exercise song 1. We're not going to go through all of the songs. By this point, you probably aren't going to have a really hard time playing those, as we've already learned this in the key of C and F. But go ahead and practice those songs. The exercise song 2 is for the suspended fourths. We've already learned all of the suspended fourths in the key of G that we'll need, except for a D suspended fourth. Okay, very simple. So you have D, F sharp, A. Just kick out the third, which is F sharp, and change it to your fourth, which is G in the key of D. D, G, A. Okay, once again, go and play songs 2 and 3, exercise songs, practice those songs, and get those down well. We're not going to go through those as it'll be just basically repeating what we've done in the keys of C and F. Also, be sure to go through and play all the different inversions in the key of G for these new chords. Okay, so go through all the different inversions for these. You'll find that in your chord guide on the right side of your curriculum, first page for lesson 4. As far as substitution options, they work basically the same way in the key of G as they did in the keys of C and F. We won't spend a whole lot of time on that. Augmented fifth, we basically use that going from 1 to 4, or from G to C. Okay. On the D plus 5, we basically use that going from 5 to 1. In other words, from D to G in the key of G. Suspended fourths are the same way. Just review the rules for those. They're basically the same as they are for the keys of C and F. You can use it on your 1 chord at the end of the song to give an extended ending. You can also use it on your 5 chord at the end of a line, as long as it's going to resolve and it has another D or another 5 chord following it. Okay, so very simple review on that. Great, so let's go ahead and jump into the songs. Amazing Grace in the key of G. Okay, and that's kind of the second time around we notice we put the melody into it. Practice, go through and listen to that part again, what we just did, what I just played, and practice putting the melody into it. A lot of what we're basically doing is just using the major pentatonic scale notes that we have learned. So just some simple stuff thrown in there, but it helps to get your ear accustomed to hearing it, and that's kind of why I threw that in there. Alright, great. We'll be back in just a minute to play Breathe for you. Okay, so welcome back. Let's get into Breathe in the key of G. that's Breathe in the key of G, and take that, practice it, go through it, see what you can glean out of some of those fills and runs. Basically what we're just doing is, for the main part, just adding 2 chords, minor sevenths. We're throwing in some substitution chords. Play around, see what you can do. Don't just play it the plain, boring major and minor way, but actually go through and see what you can put in there, because there's a lot of neat stuff that you can put in a song like that. Even though it's a very simple song, made up primarily of major and minor chords, you can really throw some neat stuff in there. For instance, the G2 we started out with, the D2 over F sharp, E minor 7 to D2 to C2, E minor 7, D suspended 4 to D. That's pretty much all we're doing, just throwing in some extra chords here and there and trying to outline the melody. Okay, so that's pretty much all we're doing in that. But take it, I know it's going to be a little harder to maybe get some of that stuff, but take some time to try to practice and see what you can get out of that. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and go over the major pentatonic scales in the key of G. Of course, we already know the G major pentatonic scale for our 1 chord. We already know the C major pentatonic scale for our 4 chord. The only new one here is the D major pentatonic scale. So the notes in the D major pentatonic are D, E, F sharp, A, B, D. There's all kind of neat stuff, all kind of neat fills you can do with that one. So take it, learn what you can from it. The fingering for it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, if you went over two octaves, basically 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. If you're gonna keep going up more octaves. Okay, so just to recap, be sure to go through and practice Amazing Grace and Breathe in the key of G. Try to figure out the fills and runs as best as you can. Also, be sure to practice with the audio tracks that we provided for you. What's so important about that is it gives you the real in-church feel. So you're actually going to be able to feel like you're practicing with a real band. It has bass, it has drums, piano, it has a lot of different instruments on there to give you that real in-church feel. A lot of times when you're practicing by yourself, you don't notice when you mess up. And you don't maybe notice that you're slowing down or speeding up when you play. All of these songs are put to a metronome, they're put to perfect tempo, so if you're speeding up or slowing down, you know that you need to compensate one way or the other and either adjust your speed, whether it's faster or slower. Be sure to also go through and do your homework and to do the goals that are in your student homeroom. These are really important as well, so that you can actually make sure that you're getting the knowledge and show your instructor that you're actually understanding what you're being taught. If there's any deficiencies or areas that you're not learning in, then I can help you with that, and I can point out, you know, you're not exactly doing this right, you know, you're confusing a G7 with a G major 7 still, you know, etc., etc. So, and once again, feel free to call me or email me if you have any questions. Thank you guys once again. God bless, and we'll see you in Lesson 5.